Welcome back to Dano Does Things. If you've ever wanted to make a wall hanging but don't want to do macrame, this is the video for you. Here are some tips to make a cool wall hanging without learning a bunch of knots. First tip, choose an interesting cross piece to hang the yarn off. This is just a stick I found and carefully peeled the bark off of. Using natural materials gives the piece a very earthy boho feel. Second tip, rely on a good color palette. Lots of macrame uses white yarn to showcase the knots, but here we'll make the colors themselves the star of the show. Pick colors that have the same tone and mix it up with darker and lighter colors. Now to make the piece, determine how long you want your yarn to hang down from your cross piece and then cut each yarn twice that length. My piece ended up being about a foot long, which meant each piece of yarn I cut was about 2 feet long. After you've cut the first piece, you can then use it as a template for how long to cut the rest of your yarn. It doesn't have to be super precise, as you can always trim your piece a little later. I used 4 different colors of yarn and cut 16 pieces per color, so I used almost a full 15 yards of tapestry wool yarn per color. The third tip, we'll add some visual interest to this piece by using symmetry. Separate your colors into piles of 8 lengths of yarn and arrange them from dark to light and then to dark again. Starting with your first color, take 2 lengths of yarn and line them up and find the middle by folding them in half. Take the loop that you made by folding them and put it underneath the cross piece. Take the ends of the yarn under and through the loop and pull it tight. This is called a lark's head knot and is the only one you need to know how to do for this project. Once more, take 2 lengths of yarn, fold them to find the middle, take the loop under the cross piece, pull the ends up and through, pulling it tight. Now you'll continue this across your piece, and the only thing that will change is the color of the yarn. If you want to add a little more visual interest, whenever you have 2 lengths of yarn left in a color, instead of making a single one-colored knot, take 2 lengths of yarn from your next color and then make 2 multicolored knots. This just helps make the transitions between the colors look a little more seamless. Fourth and final tip, pay attention to finishing touches. These easy extra steps will go a long way to make your piece look its best. Comb through the yarn with your finger to get rid of any tangles and trim off any super long pieces of yarn. This is for sure easier to do when the piece is hanging, and maybe one day I'll get a camera set up to be able to do that, but for now, give it a little trim to make the bottom a little more even. Next, give your piece a little iron. Double check what kind of material your yarn is, but if it's wool like mine, you can use an iron on low. Run the iron from the cross piece to the ends of the yarn in sections to smooth them out. You can see the difference right about now. Finally, add a matching hanger with leftover yarn and your piece is ready to hang. An impressive piece of DIY home decor, no real macrame required. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.